Oh, hello, my friends. Yes, Road King, this is what I would call an old lawnmower. But what is it? We need light. Use the light, Bruce. It's an 05, so 2005. It's 15 years old. But this was still in the days of the quality lawnmowers. So what I'm going to do is I did do this once without you guys watching. We're going to take that air filter off of there. It won't run all by itself. So I have to do this just to show you that doing this eliminates about 6 or 7 troubleshooting procedure steps. I might even have done this once. I've had this machine in the come on, baby. Okay, well, we'll just put you on pause. I'm back. Clamp! Now, when I say clamp, you guys know it's like a doctor asking for a clamp, right? And yes, I look like Elmer Fudd today. I was Alaska with Wabbits. Well, it runs, sort of. Okay, well, it goes round and around. It was actually, without me pumping it, it actually drinks it. You can see it you can see it coming up the straw. So that's step one. I don't know whether to power wash it. It's not that bad, but I would like to get it cleaned up nice before I work on it. I'll get that other dog over there going too. He came in with no blade, no cable, and not even a blade adapter. So that's my next battle. Hopefully this one won't be a battle. Oh, that looks better. You guys know I hate working on dirty stuff. And even this old well, this is not old. This one's the Platinum Series Craftsman before Sears went out of business. And this is actually a top-of-the-line mower, but that's the problem with it, is that it's a top-of-the-line mower. Too many doodads. So these don't have too many doodads. It's got one cable to turn off the spark and apply the brake to the flywheel. So anyway, I am so hungry that I could eat the rear end out of a skunk. So I am going to go into the house and have some lunch, and I'll come back. Could be today, could be tomorrow, I'm not sure. Okay, Doc Gordon, you gotta get your wife out here. She'll know what I'm talking about. Look up. No. Way up. And I'll call Rusty. Unless you didn't watch TV, which is always a chance, right? Okay. It's been about 2 hours since I washed this lawnmower. Alrighty, we're going to use some tools. I'm tired. I'm going to lift you guys up. I don't know if that's been working. I need you to tell me. I've been working on you guys not looking at my back. There, now you can look down on me. All right, let's get this cover off of here. Trey! Should. Oh, this might just come off here too. Oh, alrighty. So I suspect that it's this seal in here that is why they couldn't prime it. And then they gave up on it and left it sit for a long time. So let's get this carburetor off of here. So the previous owner, the previous owner said that he just, when it was running, he'd have to prime it 50 times. So that tells me that there was probably two things. It was probably the seal for the pulse of air with this seal that's still left on there. Do you see that right there? And then also the carburetor bolt is probably dirty. There we go. Let's undo the gas line. You guys see that? And then we're going to get the handy dandy gas line pliers. Good. I'm tempted to drain the gas, but it might be too much to drain. Oh no, there's not much in there. Let's drain the gas. Oh boy. Oh, it came out yellow and then it came out clear. So I think we're going to have some exciting stuff on the bottom of this carburetor. Boy, how many of these have I done, eh? I'm going to shorten you up now. And we're going to clean this carburetor together. When you do hundreds of these, you notice that on this seal, it's really, really compressed there. And it's probably leaking air. So when the primer button is pushed, the pulse of air isn't enough to drive that little, you see the emulsion tube right inside there? Well, that's supposed to squirt gas every time you pump the primer button. And we will inspect the primer bulb before we finish this job. Ooh, baby! All right, look at this fuel. There doesn't seem to be any dirt in it, it's just old, right? Okay, let's take the carburetor apart. Yes, I should have gloves on. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've seen worse, but you know that this is the culprit right here. Carb kit. And I bet you, the emulsion tube and everything is plugged. This carburetor is really, really gummed up just from sitting. So it makes you feel sorry for somebody trying to start this with a rope, eh? So my buddy Larry, he's kind of fallen in like with this machine. I'll be washing my hands right away, guys. The gasket off of here, we know it's no good. Are you still with me? Yes, you are. Good. Whew. Now let's see if we can squirt some gas through this emulsion tube. No, completely plugged. I knew it! So that's it, right? That's that little hole right in there, off to the side. I might have to do a drill bit with that one. It's coming. Okay, let's get that same copper wire through here. Down and through. Now it should squirt through here. Totally plugged at one point. And then I'll wash my hands. Good. That's clean. Now a little bit of steel wool here. Now, don't use steel wool anywhere near where you're cleaning because it gives off fine pieces of steel, right? That's what it's called. So I'm just wiping it out, and you won't believe how fast that works. Let me just rinse that, and you guys won't even believe it. There, I should be a snake oil salesman. I think we're there. All right, I gotta clean up and we'll come back in a bit. All right, I just switched the tank out with fresh fuel and it came out fairly good, but there's a tiny bit of water in the bottom there. That's not an issue. Now, okay, so what do we do here, guys? These Briggs carburetors are so basic that I don't know if it's worthwhile doing any more cleaning. A little bit more steel wool maybe around the base here. Okay, let's assemble this. A new bowl gasket. Perfect. I put the float on and I blew on it with a little pipe. There's no leaks. Now, what's the outside? Let's see. That is the outside. Believe it or not, they spray paint these after they build them. Now I put rubber gloves on, eh? So, the next thing is, ooh, look at the drawbridge down. Now I cleaned the surface of this on the wire brush. And I checked, this is the cover that goes on here. We're going to bend this open for just a reason. And now we need a new gasket for here, which I just happen to have. I brought them out. Looks like I'm missing something. All I got left is the air filter though. Okay, let's put some gasoline in the tank there. I rinsed it out. Got just about a half a tank of fuel. Now this is the key right here. I'll check it first. No, it's not. See, this is what my original worry was with this primer. We don't get a seal. Right in here, do you see right in there, that little brass pipe that's coming at the end of the light right there? When you pump this, you're supposed to get, and you can hear it's leaking from somewhere else. So that's probably been a problem with this mower since it was new. So now, I'm not going to tighten the heck out of it. There's two ways to deal with this. I'm not sure if I should get another unit with a pump, or if this pump's not sealing. I'm just wondering if I might replace this primer bulb. Be right back. Alright, I got the primer bulb out. I don't know if it's damaged. It just pushes out with two tabs into those holes where the tabs are. And I'm just wondering if this old primer bulb is no good. Okay, this is a replacement. See, I can't compress the air on that. And with this one, I can. It's just, it still compresses. But if you look really close, there's a little split right there. So I'm just going to put this in. I've got the Briggs & Stratton primer putter inner tooler. Check for dirt. Okay, so something in my little brain said, try a different primer bulb assembly unit. So that's what I'm going to do. Might have been the problem with this mower all along, eh? Where that primer bulb wouldn't seal. Try it again. Okay, last ditch resort. I put on two of these primer seals. They sometimes these housings are known to warp. I don't know. Something doesn't feel right, and I think that's why the guy had trouble with this lawnmower right from the get-go, eh? It's not pumping. I wonder if it's the carburetor. Wouldn't that be something if the carburetor had a hole? And we have gas, right? Yes, we do. Oh, I'm going to try an emergency start right now. See if it runs any better than it did. Don't tell anybody. Okay, that's step one. I'm going to do it again. Taking up an awful lot of filming time. So I'm going to come back when come back and show you what I find. Okay, we got it. So right there, you see that little brass protrusion just above the light there? I wonder if I can do this. You might be able to see the gas squirt up there. And a lot. So that's cool. It has to be, I want you to see that better. I'm proud of this. This took a fight. Here we are. Oh, that's a good one. Get the camera still. Beauty. It's going to start right now. Not now, but right now. Oh, let's just get the cramp. I got excited there. Oh, you're looking at the wall. What the heck? Okay. Now let's flood it up. Yeah, it's flooded now. Okay. You guys still watching? So the only other thing left now is to balance and sharpen the blade and change the oil. So I'm going to just let it run for a second and I'll come back to that. Okay, my friends, this lawnmower is done. Oil change, new filter, clean carb, bag sharp, wheels oiled, everything, blade balanced, sharpened. But it starts fantastic on the first pull, but as soon as it's warm and it's not the coil, it's just harder to start. Like after it runs for a minute, not even a minute. So I think it's the carburetor. It could well be the coil, as many of you are thinking. So we're going to change the carburetor. And the primer works really good right now, so I'm not worried about that. I drop a lot. Nighthawk asked me if I work overhead, if I used to work overhead, and I said yes. Okay. So fuel's closed off. I'm not gonna pick the carburetor I want until we are ready to go. You okay? Okay, now I can get that carburetor off of there. Let's let's put the right emphasis on the right syllable here. So now I can compare apples to apples. This one says, what does it say on here? Briggs and Stratton. is an older carburetor. With a D on the bottom of that nut. Well, I think that one has an A or something on there. I've never seen that before. There we are. I must be the most boring guy in the world to watch. $50N something. 7150N 03555. Ah. 13555. 8178. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Alright guys, I think I found my issue. This is one of my carburetors that I've had cleaned on the shelf. And when I squirt in this hole on the front left, I get some leakage out the top emulsion tube. You see that just a little bit there? I don't know if you saw that, but on this one there's nothing. So, but I will work on that one later. I think that's my problem. So now we'll put a new O-ring on there. And I'll rebuild this and put it back on the tractor. Okay. Let's take this off the cart. I'm going to prime it up. Air filter's not on yet. Okay, first of all, it's always started well like this. And then after 20 seconds, I start it again, and it's hard to start. I wonder if I got it. No priming now. Oh. So that's what you call chasing a trouble. ...2005, I believe. 05, yeah. So now I'm just going to clamp the throttle down, do it again. So the family I got this from, they traded it in for 20 bucks on another nice mower. And they said they struggled with that lawnmower from the day they bought it or got it from their... It's an 05, so I don't know if they've been married for 15 years, but they got it from somebody. And so now I don't know what to do with this guy. I might run him through the ultrasonic cleaner again for another run. But I'm happy. Use the force, Bruce.